It's Dr. Farmer, and I'm back again for week 2 of Theories of Personality. This week we're going to cover Chapter 2, Freud's Classical Theory of Psychoanalysis. And I know what you're saying. Most often, students are tired of Freud by this point of their academic career. They often dismiss him as a cocaine addict, and many students disagree with his emphasis on sex and sexuality. However, I would challenge you on one of those issues. It's important to put Freud's cocaine use into the context of his day and time. For example, cocaine was actually being used as a battlefield anesthetic during World War I, and it was not uncommon to be prescribed by some of the physicians of Freud's day and time. So the stigma that we associate with cocaine from our current day is not the stigma that existed in Freud's day and time. And as a result, they were not aware of many of the harmful effects that cocaine use can have on the society. So let's read Freud's theory without bias and see his theory for the brilliant ideas that he was able to espouse. Now, this week we have a goal of covering 4 of the main concepts of Freud's theory. The first goal, or the first concept, is unconscious motivation. This was a new idea, and it really was the motivating factor to Freud's theory. The idea that something that you are not aware of can influence your current behavior was novel in Freud's day and time. And it was something that's now commonly accepted. And it wasn't back in that day. The second key concept I want to cover is the idea of Freud's structures of personality, the id, the ego, and superego. The third key concept is this idea of intrapsychic conflict. Intrapsychic conflict refers to the way that the id, ego, and superego interact with each other to help produce the behavior that we see in humans. And then the fourth key concept that we're going to cover is Freud's stages of psychosexual development. These are very important, and this was a very important contribution to theory of personality because this set the stage or created the expectation that theories after Freud's would also have a developmental trajectory. Very important, because otherwise we wouldn't have an understanding of how we think personality develops. What you will see is that in the later parts of our book, many of the theories won't even address a developmental perspective of personality. They'll just talk about what personality is. So for Freud to include this idea as the first theory was a very intelligent contribution. So let's get ready. Let's read the chapter without bias, and I look forward to hearing your answers to the discussion questions for this week's chapter.